We're moving back to London to hear from Debbie Vaughan at Transition Kentish Town, who's going to tell us a bit more about the Think and Do project. Hi, Debbie. Thank you so much for joining us. Over to you.
Hey everyone, Debbie, Transition Kentish Town, we're in Camden. We've been going about 10 years and lots of interesting social enterprises have spawned from our transition group. We've got a local veg box scheme, we've got fantastic power up North London, all about renewable energy, and I'm going to tell you about a project we're doing with them. And 2 years ago, the council called us in, all the different community groups in the area, and launched something called Think and Do. They gave us a pop-up shop in the middle of Kentish Town. It was open for six weeks, all kinds of climate action projects, tons of fun was had. There were dinosaurs, Rob came down, and all the different community groups in the area decided we rather liked it. So we kept it going. We turned Think and Do into a social enterprise. First slide, please, Rich. And so I've got 4 slides to show you. And before I do, I just want to tell you there's 2 tips in the last 10 years that we've really picked up we'd like to pass on. Any project or any group, anything you're doing, create an ecosystem of all the different groups out there. We're working really closely with Refugee Community Kitchen, with lots of different groups. And the other tip is go to the community. Don't expect the community to come to you. So after our pop-up shop sort of closed down, I mean, we can't all be lucky enough to have a shop in the high street. We thought, what other community assets out there? What other places could we turn into community hubs? And we turned our attention to underused tenants' resident halls. Now, every one of you watching this tonight will be having lots and lots of tenant resident halls wherever you are. And I guarantee half of them are underused, they're not open. Hey, open them up. Turn them into vibrant hubs of community. So we did a pop-up for 2 weeks in Summerstown, which is a really deprived area in Camden. It's about 65% Bengali. And you know what? It's turned out so well, we've kept it going. Our pop-up is now open once a week. We've got money from the council to run it. And it's run by a great group of people. All kinds of meals are served. So much fun is had. Food waste, energy saving. Next slide, please. Another project, rewilding Camden. We're really passionate about rewilding our borough. Now, it's downtown Camden. We've got Parliament Hill, but you know, there's not much green space. So in one of our pop-ups, this guy came and said, you know what? I dream of setting up a Camden forest. Let's plant 2025 trees in our borough by 2025. So we've set up lots of giveaways with lots of different groups. We've got local businesses to finance. We give out bare root tree rips. And on the left there, you can see all kinds of people coming together, give out trees. And the wonderful thing about this project is it's a winter project. It's a great way of getting people outdoors when there's nothing else going on. And then we realized, yeah, it's all very well giving out trees, but what about people living on estates that haven't got gardens? So we persuaded the council to change their plans and let us get people grow trees in pots on their walkways and estates. So lots of work going on in estates. Led us to the next thought. How about we start planting proper sized trees in estates? We got funding from a local business and we decided to call the project Community Trees. I hope you're all going to love that one as much as collaboration. Community Trees. So what this is about is we've planted trees in 2 estates, we've piloted it, but the best thing about this project is we've got funding from a local business to pay for a teenager living on the estate to look after the trees. This speaks to the circular economy. Why bring contractors in from out of town to water our trees when we've got great bloody teenagers living on our estates who can look after them? There's a picture of Musa there, who's our teenager in one estate, and Sandia, who's watering trees. They're getting paid £22 a week. How fab is that? We're going to roll this out to 7 more states this next season. Next slide, please.
Debbie, you've got 1 minute left.
Yep. And here we go. We're passionate about young future change makers. Big festival coming up next week. We've got 90 kids coming from schools all across the borough. You know, let the teenagers lead the way with climate action. Happy to talk to any of you about this, how you do it where you are. Last slide, please. So back to the estates, you know, we have this pop-up in Summerstown. And then when it was on the news last week about, you know, energy prices going up 40% in the autumn, we're like, what can we do about it? A lot of the residents have said to us, you know, we'd love LED bulbs, we can't afford them. So we asked ourselves a question with Power Up North London, one of our groups in our ecosystem. What if we could take 152 flats in one of the blocks in Summerstown and change all the light bulbs to LED bulbs. How much carbon would that save? How much money would people save? Could we train residents to go and do this work? Could we train residents to change the bulbs? So you know what? We've got some funding. We're talking to businesses. We're doing a pilot in June, and then we're going to roll this out in September. So again, top tips. Go to the community. Don't expect the community to come to you. Think of housing estates. So much unused, undervalued tenants in halls. And 2, create an ecosystem wherever you are. Create an ecosystem within your council and within your groups, not just climate groups like Friends of the Earth, Greenpeace. Go to mosques, go to synagogues, go wherever, have fun. It's life-changing stuff.